On average, LEGO puts out more than 600 sets across over 30 different themes each year. While most of these have been genuinely impressive, some sets just don't click with fans for one reason or another. Today, I'll show you the worst set and the best set from several of LEGO's most popular themes, so leave a like if you enjoy the video. Kicking things off is this unfortunate attempt at BB-8. This 39-piece build was given away as a free promo build at Toys R Us stores in the US in October of 2017. Sure, it does look like our favorite rolling droid, but only if you squint. All you have to do is compare it to this promotional polybag released only 6 months later, and the lack of printing on the original becomes even more noticeable. On the plus side, the LEGO designer did manage to include a pink brick in the middle. If you're unaware of the pink brick lore, it started as a fun challenge for designers to try to hide pink bricks in random Star Wars sets. When successful, their reward was a delicious cake for the entire team to enjoy. Now, when talking about the best ever LEGO Star Wars set, the most obvious choice is the UCS Millennium Falcon from 2017. While this is undeniably an impressive build and something of a poster child for LEGO, many Star Wars fans would argue that a different set deserves the top spot. Back in 2013, LEGO released the Republic gunship from Star Wars Episode II, and fans fell in love almost immediately. Broadly speaking, fans loved the accuracy of the model as well as the general scale. Small enough to be played with, but still large and detailed enough to display on a shelf. While there is a larger and more detailed version available, it's nearly 3 times the price, and this smaller version hits the sweet spot for many builders. Moving on to another popular licensed theme in LEGO, Marvel has been the source of some of the company's largest and most impressive sets. While the largest buildings like the Avengers Tower and Daily Bugle are undeniably fantastic, neither are actually the top-rated Marvel set according to fans on Brixset. The honor goes to the 2024 Milano spaceship from the Guardians of the Galaxy with its 4.7 out of 5-star rating over on Brixset. This 2,090-piece build impressed fans as soon as it was revealed, and the building experience didn't disappoint either. Overall, builders praised the set's accuracy, clever building techniques, and legitimately gorgeous appearance. Another top-rated Marvel set is the much smaller, though equally cool Spider-Man Web Warriors Ultimate Bridge Battle from 2016. With just over 1,000 pieces and 7 minifigures, this build is on the larger end for playsets, but it packs so many fun features in that it's impossible not to give it a shout-out. It's also one of only 2 sets where you can pick up the Scorpion minifigure. Now, unfortunately, on the other end of the spectrum, the lowest rated Marvel set that I could find was the Iron Man vs. the Mandarin Ultimate Showdown at a 2-star rating. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the Iron Man 3 movie, but this build deserves its place at the bottom of the rankings. With only 91 parts and an original price of about $13, this set was never going to make a big splash, but it's just so forgettable. The only thing going for this set is actually the minifigures, because it's the only one to include the Mandarin, and it's also the only place where you can get the Mark 17 Iron Man armor. Now, another licensed theme from LEGO that doesn't get as much attention as it maybe should is Minecraft. This game continues to be extremely popular, and it's remained a staple of LEGO's catalog since its first set release in 2012. In the more than 10 years since launch, the highest rated set is still the largest ever set released under the line, the Mountain Cave. With nearly 3,000 pieces, this minifigure scale build is the pinnacle of Minecraft LEGO, with countless LEGO play features and references to the game. Seriously, just take a look around and tell me that this isn't peak Minecraft. This is a great set. However, no line is perfect, and obviously there has to be a lowest rated set within Minecraft. However, interestingly enough, Minecraft seems to be one of the more consistently high-rated themes, and even its lowest-rated LEGO sets still boast a pretty high score comparatively to other themes. Regardless, the lowest-rated Minecraft set is rated 3.5 stars, and it's the 2022 Training Ground set, with its 534 parts and 3 minifigures. Builders seem to find this set to be a little bit bland and boring compared to some of the other offerings within the Minecraft line, and when you compare it to similarly priced sets like the Farm Cottage set or the Illager Raid set, this one does seem a bit sparse. Moving on to one of LEGO's most successful original themes, Ninjago has been putting out sets for more than a decade, and in that time we've gotten some truly impressive builds. Sadly though, they can't all be winners, and that's the case with the second lowest rated Ninjago set of all time, Jay's Thunder Dragon Evo from 2022. When this set was first launched, it was immediately mocked by fans, and for good reason. Ninjago has given us some of the coolest LEGO dragons ever, so the bar is very high. This extremely high standard has spilled over into other LEGO themes as well, such as LEGO Creator, which is great to see. Unfortunately, this dragon simply didn't live up to expectations. The wings are too small, the tail is awkward looking, and the overall build is just uninspiring. The only thing this set has going for it is that it's the only set to ever include this 2x3x1 brick in dark blue, but that's hardly worth the set's $20 price point. As bad as this dragon is, this next Ninjago set is somehow even worse. In 2012, not long after the first Ninjago sets were released, LEGO put out what might be the worst named set of all time. Set number 30087, simply titled Car. Yeah, they couldn't even call it something cool like Cole's Cruiser. Nope, it's just Car. This set was actually a freebie given away with Cartoon Network magazine in 2012, so it's hard to complain too much, but still, with just 27 pieces and simply just rims for wheels, it's no wonder that this thing is the lowest rated set from the Ninjago theme. Overall though, Ninjago has been one of the most consistently impressive sets in LEGO's catalog, and choosing a best or even highest rated offering was actually a bit of a challenge. However, two sets really stand out, not just because of how cool they are, but also how much they contrast with these lowest rated sets. If you're an OG Ninjago fan, you might recognize the Lightning Dragon Battle set that was released in 2011. And also, if you're a newer Ninjago fan, then you might recognize the Elemental Dragon vs. the Empress Mech set, released in 2023. These are both some of the highest rated sets by fans, and both feature a better version of the Lightning Dragon. What's great about looking at these side by side is just seeing how different they are from each other. Both of these sets are rated 4.6 stars out of 5 on Brixset, but since they're over 10 years apart, you can clearly see the evolution in LEGO Ninjago dragons, which is quite neat to observe. Oh, and of course, I can't talk about the best Ninjago sets without mentioning the fan favorite Temple of Air Jitsu. Released back in 2015, this 2,000-piece build predates the larger Ninjago modular sets by a few years, but it set the standard for what fans would come to expect with these large Ninjago modular builds. This set is stunningly gorgeous and packed full of play features, so it's little wonder that this is one of the highest rated LEGO sets of any theme. Now, a minute ago I mentioned the 3-in-1 creator sets, and I also showed the recently released Medieval Dragon set. This set was only released a month ago as of this video, so it hasn't had the chance to be properly rated by the LEGO community, but the early impressions are that this might be one of the best ever sets from the creator line, and one of the very best dragons that LEGO's ever put out. However, if you're looking at current reviews, then the current 3-in-1 champion is the legitimately impressive Forest Animals Red Fox set from 2024. Coming in at 4.7 out of 5 stars, this adorable build is superposable, and the level of detail on the face, fur, and tail are all top-notch. One thing that fans particularly loved about this set was the quality of the alternate builds. Sometimes these 3-in-1 sets have one quality model and then two that are kind of just an afterthought, but the owl and squirrel here are both just as impressive as the main fox. Now, as you probably know, the creator line isn't all 3-in-1 sets though, and the two lowest rated builds from the creator line are both single model builds. The second lowest creator set is the 57-piece Santa from 2012. This tiny model is undeniably Santa, but there's just something about those eyes that's more than a little unsettling. This was a promotional set that was apparently only available in Poland and New Zealand. I don't know what those countries did to be cursed with this set, but fortunately the rest of us were spared. However, the absolute lowest rated creator set is also one of the downright creepiest sets I've ever had the misfortune of setting eyes on, the LEGO Birthday Clown. Now, clowns are creepy enough on their own, but this 59-piece version is one of the least appealing LEGO sets ever made and barely scores 3 stars over on Brixset. For perspective, Santa has a rating of 3.1 stars. On a positive note, this set did sell for only $5, and it does have some nice parts, so you could argue it was worth buying just for the pieces. Moving on, one LEGO theme that might not get enough love is Technic. Ever since it was officially launched in 1985, the theme has been one of the unsung heroes of LEGO's offerings. Of all of the Technic sets released in the last 40 years, there are two that rise above the rest when it comes to user ratings. 2003's Backhoe set with a 4.6 out of 5 star rating, and the Volvo L350F loader. which was released in 2014 and is currently sitting at 4.5 stars. Despite being released more than a decade apart, these two sets bear more than a passing resemblance, even though the latter offering does come with more than twice as many parts. I don't really know what this says about LEGO fans, but I guess we all just want something fun to help clean up our bricks when we're done. Of course, for as many wins as the Technic line has given us, it hasn't all been smooth sailing. One of the lowest rated Technic sets of all time is also one of the earliest, 1990's Rally 6-wheeler, which only came with 171 parts, but also included one of the old Technic figures. Now, although this set hasn't aged particularly well, if you compare it to other sets of the time, such as the Night Chopper or Rally Support Truck, it fits right in. The absolute worst Technic set was released several years later in 1997. The Gyrocopter has been something of a joke set for a while among some LEGO fans, and for good reason. This 108-piece build barely resembles a real vehicle, although if you compare it to a real Gyrocopter, you can see what the designer was going for. Regardless, I sure wouldn't feel comfortable getting into this thing. Now, you may recall that one of the most denounced LEGO themes ever is Galador. It's a bit of a running joke that there were no good sets from Galador, there were only bad ones, like this set, where builders constructed this character named Uni, but this set didn't include instructions. Instead, you just had to look at the images on the box to know how to build the figure. Despite only having 29 parts, it was an incredibly awkward building experience, especially compared to other LEGO sets, and the final result was this ridiculous-looking creature with weird legs that barely resembles LEGO at all. Galador was highly experimental, but to be fair, there will always be critics of every LEGO product, just like how some people really dislike the Squidward minifigure for some reason, as well as this minifigure head that belongs to Dr. Cyber from the Time Cruisers line with crossed eyes. Moving on, LEGO's longest running theme is without a doubt LEGO City. The company has been releasing town and city sets since the very beginning, and in that time we've gotten some of the best and worst LEGO sets of any theme. Near the top of this list is the 2024 Police Prison Island with 980 parts and 7 minifigures. This is something of a modern update to the classic police station from 2005, which is also another top-rated city set. And this one features a very similar design, complete with a helicopter. As it turns out, the LEGO City Police Department has had some of the highest rated city sets. Meanwhile, the Fire Department has been less fortunate with 2 of the lowest rated builds featured in LEGO City. This tiny LEGO City polybag features only 19 pieces and a single minifigure, and it's also one of the lowest rated sets for LEGO City on Brickset. But scraping the very bottom of the barrel though, we've got the Fire Helicopter Response set from 2020. With 93 pieces and 3 minifigures, this set sits at an abysmal 2 stars for one big reason. Click on this video right now to find out why this is one of LEGO's lowest rated sets of all time, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel SpitBrix for more LEGO videos.